and welcome to the Travelling Hillbillies YouTube channel. My family and I have spent the last 2 years travelling New Zealand and largely living off-grid in our 22-foot Jayco caravan. We love the travelling lifestyle and we invite you to have a look at what we've been up to so far. Some great road trips all around the island and some historic steam trains and some great scenery and also some other family fun. And I've also done some videos on how we have repaired some things that have come up in the caravan, so check out our videos. Of myself, Andrew and Tracy, and our boys Luke and Brody, and our dogs. And subscribe and hit the like button because we're exploring the North Island in 2023. Hello, welcome to the Travelling Hillbillies YouTube channel. Today this is sort of the video of doing after, I think the last one we released was when we went to crossed on the ferry from the South Island to the North Island, and that was a pretty smooth crossing. And then we spent 2 weeks in Plymouth and not just out of Wellington, and did what we could there, but the weather didn't cooperate and we've had quite a bit of rain and wind, so it hasn't been the introduction to the North Island that we were hoping for, but we've still stayed in some nice spots. And this is a nice park over property, or POP, and just at a Masterton, just at the top end of the Wairarapa. So anyway, I'm just about to walk over to the gate over there to pay the fee for staying here for the 3 days that we're going to stay here. We open this. Oh, there's a good wee ant's nest in there. There's tons of them. You'll see some of the journey that we did from Plymouth over the Rimutakas and through Greytown, and now we're in just at a Masterton, like I said, but we didn't get as much footage of the trip over the Rimutakas as I would have liked, because the weather wasn't the best, so there wasn't a lot to see because it was fairly foggy and sort of overcast. So
shame it's not a nicer day.
Yeah, it's not a better day for it, isn't it?
Through the spider webs.
No.
You can't see through the caravan through the spider webs.
Okay.
He's popping like crazy.
A bit of altitude, I'd say.
Ouch.
Should get a bit of me steering the steering wheel because I'm like flinging it around with these corners. Pretty close to the top now, I'd say.
I think so, yeah.
It's just behind an old guy's property, and he's got a bit of part of his land. It's let out for people with motorhomes and to park here. That's us in the side there, and we've just here. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon now. We're sort of under some real impressive looking old oak trees. It's quite nice. Threatening to rain, so might have to cover the bikes. I think we've already got the bike on the caravan covered. Today we've found a nice spot in the Wairapa, and we're just sort of sheltered in here. You've got your fingers over the bloody
Why
lens
is
again.
not?
I can see it on that.
No, it's not.
We've had a quiet day today, just doing a few caravan household chores. It's not going anywhere. Also in this video, I've because the weather's hasn't been that great, our solar on the caravan will show you. I'll show you the power station that I've got that just sort of helps our battery capacity out a wee bit. We can run things like the TV and computers and phones and other small sort of 240 volt appliances. So this is our portable power station that we use while we're travelling around off-grid. We're sort of out in the middle of a paddock and it's park over property, but it's basically somebody's farm at the moment, so there's not too many mains power points around. So when the sun's shining, which it really isn't at the moment, it's just trying to come out from behind the clouds, but when the sun's shining, this solar panel that I purchased extra with it, it gets about 80 watts. I think it's a 110 watt solar panel, but it gets about 80 watts when it's a good sunny day, when it's directly pointed at the sun, and it's really humming along. So and it's going into this little power station that we've got. We've probably got one of the smaller ones because we've got quite a bit of solar in the caravan, so we don't need a real big powerful one, because they do make quite big powerful ones that are like 2000 watts or something like that you could supply all your needs when you're off grid. But at the moment we're only getting the batteries at 62%, and if the phone can focus, it's going to take about 12 hours to charge it at the moment, but we're only getting 9. The 9 you can see is on the input side, and that means it's getting 9 watts of power into it charging at the moment. But as I said before, it can get a sort of 80 plus on a nice day from this 110 watt solar panel. But I just thought, this is an EcoFlow River, it's called, but I'm not affiliated with them, or I'm not doing a plug or anything. This is just the one we bought for our needs while we're in the caravan, and it's got obviously you've got options for charging. You can do mains power, which is that one there, or at the moment we're doing solar panel, and it also comes with a cigarette. Pull it out. It also comes with a cigarette plug as well, so you can plug it into your car and charge it in the car as you're travelling, so that's quite handy. And obviously you've got all your USB and fast USBs on the front, and it's got a it's got a 12 volt, obviously a 12 volt cigarette lighter type plug, and also these ones down the bottom are for, apparently they're for doing some sort of car battery charging thing, but I don't know how that works yet, so I'm not sure about that. But apparently you can, if you have the right extension cords and that, you can charge your car battery off this unit. Also it's got your 240 volt mains plugs for charging, and the button that you turn it on there on the other side. It's quite handy for us in our situation in the caravan. We haven't used it for a few weeks because we haven't needed to, because the sun's been shining. But we use this for our phones, tablets, laptops, electric toothbrushes. Even we've got a little 12 volt dehumidifier that we can plug into this slot here. It does use quite a bit of power, so we don't do that often, but we can if we want to. And obviously we've got the 240 volt sockets on the side to do shavers and hair trimmers and electric toothbrushes and anything light that runs off 240 volt that we can't charge in the caravan. We can plug it into this, and it does that. So it's sort of an inverter as well as just a battery, I guess. So the battery part's about 5 kgs in weight. It's 288 watt hours, and I'm not sure exactly how much that is. I don't think it's roughly a third of 30 amp hours or something like that. It's not the biggest thing, but it does, for what we use it for, it does the job. So, and you can also, I believe, you can buy this part at the bottom unbolts, and there's another slab of another battery that can be bolted to the bottom of this, and that gives you double the amount this has got. So yeah, it's sort of a useful piece of hardware, or whatever you want to call it, for an alternative to a petrol generator, and you don't have to cart around fuel, and the generator itself is a lot heavier than this, and I think this with the solar panels is about 11 kilograms, and you don't have to cart around petrol obviously as well, which is another thing.
No time constraints either.
What do you mean, no time constraints? Yeah, and the other thing as well is we stay in a lot of NZMCA parks and sort of similar caravan parks, and they have a time limit on petrol generators. I believe it's between 8 AM and 8 PM, and you can only have them running for about 2 hours, I think. Whereas this obviously you can use it any time of the night, so night or day, so it takes that sort of problem away. You can have it inside. And I think it's good as long as you stay inside the sort of electrical capacities that it can handle. Don't plug something in that's too big for it, because it's not going to manage it. I think it has got an overload. I read in the manual it's got an overload sort of cut off thing that it might not be too good for it, but yeah. So there we go, plugged into the car. It's obviously getting a lot more than 9 watts with the mediocre sunlight we're getting today, but it's just under 100 watts with the car, so, and it's going to take an hour to fully charge it, and I think it takes like a couple of hours at the most when this battery's completely flat to charge it. So it's quite useful. You can you know, on a cold wet day when it's not going to get any solar, you can plug it into your vehicle as you're travelling and arrive with a full battery. So there we go. Hope there was something useful in this video, from the Rimutakas to the battery pack that we use. So if you like this video, could you please consider subscribing and give us a like, and ask me in the comments about anything that you wanted to know more about. Thanks for watching. Cheers.